This is just the best part of my day.
Nope, scratch that. Reverse it.
My grandma and your grandma sitting by the fire. My grandma told your grandma, I'm gonna set your flag on fire. Talking about hey now,
Hey now,
hey now,
hey now.
I go one day.
Oh,
Jacques ma finale, Jacques ma finale. Look at my king all dressed in red. I go one day. I bet you $5 he'll kill you dead. Jacques ma finale. Talking about hey now,
hey now,
hey now,
hey now.
I go one day. Jacques ma finale.
Sick entertainment, like having the flu entertainment is a very particular line to walk, you know? You want something that will hold your attention, but also if you pass out for a while, it's okay.
Yeah, I started watching Heated Rivalry. Have you watched any of it yet?
No, that's gay hockey?
Gay hockey, yeah.
Gay hockey. No, I haven't watched gay hockey.
It's really bad. It's really, really bad, but it's hot. So it's like what we need.
So it balances out, yeah.
I have a conspiracy that that because of the merger with HBO and Netflix, they're trying to get us used to Netflix slop through HBO. They're trying to like program us to like be able to accept the slop and get used to like HBO not just being what it was.
High quality prestige, you know, very upper echelon kind of variety of TV. It's like, no. It's time. Well, I feel like they've been prepping us for that for a long time when they've made like, now we have HBO shows based on like video games and so like it's not, it has, there's 2 Game of Thrones spin-offs, you know what I mean? It's not The Wire anymore. There's another
crazy.
one coming out. Yeah.
I heard that you can hear the balls like slapping
I think that's probably true. I don't think
on
I,
gay
like,
hockey.
on gay hockey.
On gay hockey. I don't know if I
wow.
noticed that. I might have thought that it was like more of an ass clap because I imagine that like they have like really tight ass, like you see their asses, and like the Russian one has like a particularly impressive one. So I was like, maybe it's that. Maybe it was that. I don't know. I don't think I really clocked, but there were a bunch of people that had bad feelings about it. Like they started watching it before me, but now I'm caught up and I'm like, I don't know. It's really good, mindless TV of gay sex. I also like had a hockey boyfriend in high school, so it's really cathartic to like watch this gay take because I have my own conspiracies that he was closeted, so it's kind of fun to watch it play out. Yeah, it is. It is. Because there was like one game that he lost when I went, and it became sort of like a superstition that for me to maybe not come to the games. And that was really disappointing because it was like one of the only like guy sports that I liked watching. So this is fun now.
Hockey, more than any other sport, is the one that gets turned into the most like erotic novels. Hockey is huge in like the fan fiction community.
I had no idea.
And for a while this has puzzled me. For a while I've been trying to figure out like what this is.
Well, okay, it's so stinky. So if you're looking at it from
one of our stinkiest sports,
if you're looking for like a masculine like edge to it, I imagine it's really stinky.
They're colliding a lot. It's very violent, which, we kind of like mixed in with our sexuality sometimes.
They're encouraged to fight, but like I feel like the rules are less like complicated than football, so you can't really get lost in the strategy. I feel like it's much more like primal anger, and I feel like it's a quick like synapse to go from anger to horny. Plus you're like stroking sticks, and then like the ice is kind of dangerous. They do that like humping thing on the ice where they hump the ice, which I didn't know until watching the show.
That's how they stretch, right?
Yeah, they sort of straddle the ice.
So it's already kind of there.
And I do feel like football is similarly horny, but ice hockey is also more like embraced by the stoner community, which feels a little
That's
more
interesting.
Yeah, or that was the reputation, was like hockey players are also stoners. They have more of a flowy hairstyle.
That's it. Okay, this makes sense to me. This
Also-
is scanning for me.
I feel like saying like something like football on ice just sounds faggy. Like ice just
Anything on ice, right? Of course, famously, figure skating and these things
Yeah.
are not, generally remarked as a straight institution. I don't know, because I could imagine, like, obviously there's stuff like challengers. So you can see tennis. I could see like a pitcher
Tennis,
and a
for
batter
sure.
on opposite teams in baseball, kind of a pitcher and a catcher, if you will. Like them working in a romantic scenario. I just wonder I've wondered what it is about hockey all this time.
Yeah, I feel like it's flowy hair. I feel like it's lumbersexual. I don't know, you're kind of giving hockey player right now. Like,
Thank you, actually.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I do look the most like a hockey player. That's absolutely right. And I guess it is like it's masculine in like the hitting and the violence, but you are like elegantly skating the entire time. You are
Yeah.
like, doing this ice skating, which is traditionally thought of as so feminine, and kind of mixing those two worlds, and to people that sounds like gay sex, and I understand what they're getting at.
And there's some finesse to it, and I feel like body types can be kind of mixed. Like, I don't really know what a hockey body type is, so I feel like it's sexy in that way, too.
It's
Yeah,
like the
I
baggy
think they're-
t-shirt look. It's like what's underneath.
Yeah,
It's a
I do
mystery.
think all
What's
of the
going on
padding, you're just like, what's going on? There's sort of a mystique there.
And the hockey
it's-
jerseys are so big. They're so large in a way other
Yeah.
jerseys are not. It's very, like, it's a mystery. It's like you're wearing, like, a cloak. Anything
Totally.
Because
could be
they
going
have
on
to.
under there.
The hockey jersey has to fit over all the padding,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it is like a triple XL situation.
Yeah, and then also like Dracula, right? Like that cloak.
Like Dracula, right.
Like there's something there.
I
Which is
think-
our
I
pitch for
think
our new
though-
movie, Hockey Dracula.
Dracula
Or
on
Hacula.
ice. Yeah.
Dracula on ice.
Yeah. I was thinking about because I binge watched Yuri on Ice in high school, which is like an anime, and I haven't watched that many animes, but I have that one on DVD. It's like in one season. It's just like a one season mini series of two famous figure skaters that like are in competition with each other. But because it's anime, it's not like super explicit. It's not hentai. It's just like them kind of building tension but never like quite doing anything. And I was thinking about it would be fun to write a shitty holiday movie, and I was trying to think of like what archetypes I would want, because I think I would like one to sort of be stuck in my family, like an evil Republican oligarchy, and then I'm trying to think of like, big city meets farm girl type, but what would it be? I'm thinking it's gonna be maybe Olympic figure skater. I've always been really into figure skating, and I think that would be
Yeah.
fun. I watched Blades of Glory recently. I revisited that movie, having not seen it since middle school.
How'd that one hold up?
There's so many good comics in it, but that that style of comedy is so specific to that time. And those movies never age well. Like the Judd Apatow and the Will Ferrell vehicles like never really aged well, but they do have some like really funny physical humor that you see a lot less of now.
Sure. Yeah, I just kind of remember it being like, what if two guys weren't gay but acted gay? It was kind of like the one joke that they had.
Totally. Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
That's why I was curious about watching it. I was like, what kind of homophobic is this gonna be?
What level
And-
of homophobic are we looking at here?
And it's a nostalgic one. Like, I kind of miss 2007 homophobic. I feel like it was a lot more playful. Like, it wasn't as like hate crimey. It was more just like, oh, we're gonna like, this is like, we make fun of anyone who's different. Like, they make fun of
these
anyone who's
silly
disabled.
people.
Yeah, like
It was a simpler time. It was a simpler comedic beat. It was
Yeah.
a simpler punchline. I was watching Frasier recently. And
Yeah.
they were, like, talking about the dad going to a party, and for some reason they were gonna call him like Twinkle Toes, or for some reason, and he was just like, "You can call me anything but Twinkle Toes," and it got like a huge roaring laugh, at least from the laugh track.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, it was just really simple back then. It was just like,
God, comedy used to be
anything
so
not
easy.
feminine.
I don't like, man.
Yeah, comedy used to be easy.
Yeah,
now it's only
comedy
for
used
smart
to be-
people.
Yeah.
Well, it's, you know, there's so much noise now. It feels harder. Back, you know, you look at like what used to kill, and you were like, oh, the first person to ever like make a joke about their mother-in-law was considered like a comedic genius, and now it's just more
In
difficult.
airplanes. Yeah, airplanes. The wife. Who was the first person to make a joke about hating their wife? They really.
Yeah.
broke
And you
the
could just
ice,
like,
so to
if
speak.
you were fucking 16-year-old Woody Allen, you could just like write in some jokes to your favorite comedy TV show, and they hired you. You know what I like? You could just send a letter, and they would hire you for their comedy TV show. It don't work like that now.
No. This crazy business.
Do you think that was like the domestic pipeline, like the domestic violence pipeline of like, let's like the first guy to make a joke about hating his wife, and then it's like, I guess I could hit her.
Huh.
You know?
Yeah, what was the chicken or the egg?
Right, exactly.
Which
Yeah.
came first, spousal abuse or stand-up comedy? I have a guess, but I can't
Exactly.
say for certain. I can't say for certain.
Yeah, because it's like, well, what was Socrates doing up there? Was that stand-up? Did we just
what was he
miss
doing?
a lot of the jokes?
I feel like there's some very untoward spousal situations in the Bible. I'm
There's that,
hazily
yeah.
remembering things from a long time ago. But I remember some less than equitable situations in Bible times.
Not a lot of jokes. There's not a lot of jokes in the Bible.
In the Bible? No, it's pretty dry. Yeah, it's very
I
self-serious.
can't really actually think of one. This is the first time for real that it's dawning on me that maybe my biggest issue with the Bible is that it's not funny.
There's no jokes. It's not funny. I would.
That might be what never hit for
I could
me. I can't
forgive
believe
a
this
lot more of what was in there if they cracked a
delivery.
couple of jokes.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it is with comedy for me. I forgive a lot more if it's a little funny.
So true.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we look past a lot of stuff on 30 Rock because you're like, well, I'm laughing. You know?
Yeah,
They've got
well,
me.
The
Except
shape
that
is
they
good.
didn't look past it because they literally like deleted a bunch of episodes.
Did they
from the
really?
Zeitgeist. Yes.
They deleted
awesome.
a couple of blackface episodes, yeah.
And
Just
yeah,
a couple of
and I
just a
think
couple of blackface episodes. That's it.
I'm okay with that. I think that one I'm okay with. Like, censorship. Yeah, I'm okay with that one. We can delete those. Whatever. There were
Woke is
so many
back.
episodes. Yeah.
It was topical though. It was like.
Yeah.
Galen's fighting to bring
Fighting.
blackface back to 30 Rock.
It
Well,
was,
'cause
you
they
know,
were, like, it was like a take on blackface being fucked up. It wasn't like celebrating it
Sure.
or like trying to bring it back.
I haven't looked at it critically at all. Maybe I should revisit those episodes and see if they were actually doing satire and if it was worth it.
I feel like if Oprah was willing to guest spot on those specific episodes, which she was, then we got to give it a pass for Oprah.
if Oprah says it's good, if not Oprah, then who? Then who?
Exactly. That's my point. It's not me to make the call, but it is Oprah.
But it is Oprah's. I mean, like, you know, for a while she was making the call on like everything in culture, like what
Yeah,
books
she was
you
Santa
should
Claus.
read was going through
Yeah.
Oprah. Who you should listen to in the medical community was going through Oprah. Like Oprah was where went Oprah, so went the nation for a few decades there.
Exactly.
Yeah. I do feel like she has had the same sort of cultural impact as Santa Claus. Like, she brought in Christmas. Oprah was Christmas.
When Santa
say Santa-
retires, I think I want Oprah to take over.
Yeah, I do feel like she was filling the role of Santa, like, during her era. I feel like, because she was deciding what everyone was buying and what was happening for Christmas. Like, I think she was sort of pulling the strings for a while.
And this is the best argument I've heard for Santa being black, as well.
There's
Or
that
Jesus being
too.
black,
And you
'cause
did
a
need
lot
an
of people like to
argument.
say
You know, when you look at those children's books where Santa's black, it made you very mad until this argument.
Yeah, what a what a pivot as we go into this holiday season. Do we have a guest for my best friend's wedding, the 3rd anniversary?
No, I haven't set that up yet. We haven't set up like a date or anything, but we're just doing a commentary, right? So we can just like see if anybody's available.
Yeah, that's right. So Galen, I don't know if you know this, but TV's Kevin Lanigan and I we rewatch My Best Friend's Wedding every New Year's Eve. That's like a tradition on this pod.
We
So this
upload
is
a
our
new
3rd.
episode every New Year's Eve, yeah.
Oh, I see. Wait, you upload a new episode every New Year's Eve of you guys talking about My Best Friend's Wedding?
Yeah.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
This
year-
will be our
Years
3rd
tradition
episode.
has this been going? Okay.
This is our 3rd year. Yeah,
From
yeah.
the first year of the pod. Yeah. So we're going to have to...
Why My Best Friend's Wedding over all of the other Julia Roberts?
I don't remember.
It's the one that at least I personally got the most like guest requests for.
That's
like
right. That's
people
right.
love bringing up that one. People are fascinated by that one, or frustrated by it, or love its kind of deconstructionist take. And so we said, well, why not? Well, let's just do it every year. Let's just do it. And we're gonna kind of be sneaking this one in, you know, like it'll be like we'll be recording it after the holiday season, you know. So we're gonna be kind of like getting that one in right under the wire this year.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was also like thinking about how I miss something that we've lost by not having DVDs as much anymore is the director's commentary features. So this year it would be fun to
We're
do
making
that.
our own.
Because we're running out of, we can't just, talk about the same movie over and over with no new take. Though I know some podcasts do that, but that's not my
No, but
interest.
like new guests is a good way to shake it up, and new formats is a good way to shake it up as well. You know, I could see a year where we did like a live show with different guests and comedy inspired by it or something like that. I don't know. Not my problem right now.
Yeah, we had an awards show last year, but we're waiting to wrap up this season. We needed to have a few, because there was like a few months that we weren't as active as other months. So yeah, we have an award season where we give awards for different things for the movies that we saw.
Yeah, and you know, our in-person episode this year was the After the Hunt. You know, we got to talk about like a new movie that was fresh in theaters that we saw together. And so anybody who loves the Julia Awards, it'll come back when we feel like it.
Yeah, don't worry to our 7 listeners who we were your top podcast of the year.
That's right.
We can go through those stats now if you want. Here is
Because
our...
this is, of course, Run the Julias, the only podcast brave enough to cover every single cinematic work of America's sweetheart Julia Roberts, one of Spotify's top 25% highest rated podcasts. I am one of your hosts, TV's Kevin Lanigan, and I am sleeping with my college professor.
Yep. I'm your other co-host, Jessi Kat Scott, and I live in a city that is always having a parade. Anytime I go outside, there is a parade in the streets. There's a musical happening that we never see. Somebody is having a musical moment, but we never see it. So I'm always just kind of moving through crowds of people in celebration. That's the beautiful thing about living in LA. And yeah, that's Louisiana.
The LA, that postal code.
Yeah. And we have a guest here today.
Hi, everybody. Hi, all 7 listeners. My name's Galen Swords, and I'm constantly evading Stanley Tucci's attempts to kill me. 'Cause he's been after me for many years now.
And his fun little accent and his little, like, intermittent hairpiece. I loved that.
But his hair
That was
pieces were
fun.
almost always also had male pattern baldness, which I thought was a good touch. It wasn't
'Cause-
like a
yeah.
perfect hairpiece.
Well, no, the male pattern baldness one, that was his real hair.
Yeah.
That was his real
Yeah,
hair.
'cause
Okay.
he's-
Yeah,
he
this
starts-
movie is so old that Stanley Tucci still had hair.
Yeah, it started with a piece and so I was like, oh, this is exciting. We see a full head of hair. But then later in the movie, then we see sort of the beginning of male pattern baldness. And I thought that was exciting because it was like, oh, it was like a twist for me. at least.
We can see it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would like to clarify an earlier statement. We do not have 7 listeners. We have 7 listeners for whom we are their most listened to podcast. We have 7 listeners for whom we are number 1.
That's an important clarification.
Yeah,
Very important distinction.
Very important.
Okay.
We are the number 1 podcast for 7 listeners. We also have like a high retention, right? People listen to 75%.
They love coming back. Yeah, absolutely. They listen to most of the episode when they listen.
Which
we
is
got
crazy
good. Hey, but you
for
know,
a 2-hour pod.
for a pod that drops 90 minutes once a month. But hey, we have more than 7 listeners. Our The Player episode almost has 1,600 views on YouTube. So yeah, sponsors reach out.
Yeah, we are open to sponsorship as long as it's not ICE or the Army.
Yeah, we'll do anything that isn't ICE or the Army. Anything that isn't ICE or the Army. And we're cheap because we have some listeners, but not like a million listeners.
Yeah, we haven't really made $1 yet, and that's okay.
No, it's been a money-losing endeavor so far. But any day now, the mistake you make is walking away from the blackjack table because you're so close to winning.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna get it all back any day now. Your luck is gonna turn.
I felt confused most of the movie, but that's okay. That's okay. We've seen a lot of movies like that with her, where it's a confusing plot. And did it make me want to read a John Grisham novel? No. And at least I know that now. At least I know that maybe that's not for me, without having to read a whole book.
Okay, that's interesting because yes, we are here in our last proper episode of the year to talk about the 1993 John Grisham thriller, The Pelican Brief, co-starring Julia Roberts and one Denzel Washington. 2 of our best movie star smilers, but it's not a very smiley movie. These are 2 of our best sets of teeth.
But I feel like they pointed to it with the end where they got her to smile, and it was like a big moment.
Yeah, you've been waiting the whole movie to see that,
Yeah, because she was sad. She was sad. She
not
was
having a good time.
She was having that sort of like endless trauma that happens in movies where they're like, well, you're gonna have to move on. You saw a car bomb. You saw, and it just kept rolling in.
And
so.
she was
A car
sad
bomb.
from the beginning.
Yeah.
Double blew up your college professor boyfriend. Sorry about it.
He was also a famous playwright. Yeah.
Famous playwright Sam Shepard, who plays Thomas Callahan. Fun fact: that's the same name that Chris Farley has in the movie Tommy Boy. I don't know if anybody's trying to draw a direct connection there, but that is true. Maybe it's supposed to be the same character. I don't know.
He was wearing like a tiny tweed jacket at one point. Maybe that was a callback to like
to fat guy in a little coat.
Yeah.
Yeah. What came
iconic fat guy
first?
in a little-
I haven't seen
The
Tommy
Pelican
Boy.
Brief. The Pelican
Okay.
Brief.
Okay.
So maybe Chris Farley was playing homage with his
Right.
delicate satire, fat guy in a little coat.
Got it. Well, Galen ran into Julia Roberts on the way here. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. She wanted to come do this pod with us, but then she had to go last minute.
She had a thing.
Well, you insulted her.
Well, I didn't try, but she took it as an insult.
That's true.
Yeah. I told her that some people have told me in the past that I resemble her.
Yeah.
Which is true. But she didn't want to hear any of that from a younger femme.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's hard.
I see it. It's there.
She has to have boundaries, with that stuff. When younger people say, "Oh, I look like you," she has to maintain some sort of elegance or, mystery. She has to kind of be like, "Hey, my thing was my thing. Let's not go there. I'm a star." Yeah.
America's sweetheart. She can't.
She's a very private person. It takes a lot to get her off the compound, Only when she's doing press for a new movie. She's doing Actors on Actors with Sean Penn. I thought I saw that.
Okay. I haven't watched it yet. But I guess that makes sense. I guess I should be paying more attention to this press cycle because they're probably trying to do award show runs.
Yeah, they are friends. Yes, 10 days ago, Julia Roberts and Sean Penn, actors on actors.
Wow.
It's
Oscar Isaac and Tiana Taylor, actors on actors.
It's interesting because I feel like it was after Pelican Brief that she went from doing this kind of archetype to like a weird, this is sort of like I feel like the pivot point, because this is right after Habeas Corpus, which I talked about last pod. But she goes from Habeas Corpus, which was like kind of in her archetype, to this, and then she has like a really weird season of films until I feel like it was My Best Friend's Wedding and Notting Hill, which became really meta. Those, like, both of those movies were kind of meta to her new persona coming out of like high tabloid and divorce. So it's interesting that this movie ends with her being secluded, and then she has like a personal chapter where she's having her sort of Britney tabloid moment, and then she comes back and her projects start to become a lot more meta about her early career.
Yeah, because you're right. Pretty Woman is 90, and then she does Sleeping with the Enemy, which is another like huge, massive hit, and she does Hook, as well. Like the following year, like she is one of our biggest white hot stars on the planet. Of course, she does Habeas Corpus, but then the Pelican Brief comes along in 93, and again, just another like a smash, a box office hit. But right after this, it's like I Love Trouble, Something to Talk About, Mary Riley, and then another movie where she does an Irish accent in the same year. 2 Irish accents in 1 year from Julia Roberts.
She said, I'm not going to put this accent training to waste.
Yeah,
I'm doing back to back Irish accent.
Though if you've watched it, it is the worst Irish accent I've ever heard.
It's pretty tough. Yeah, she does, in 1 year, she does 2 Irish accents and a Woody Allen musical. So 1996, interesting year for Julia Roberts. One we'll have to come back to a few more times on this show. But yes, and then 97 is My Best Friend's Wedding, which is like a return to the romantic comedy form. But that movie, as we'll talk about again soon, is like very toxic, and like the star persona is still like smiley Julia Roberts, curly hair, but there's a little bit of an edge to it now, probably because of like this run of movies and her run of tabloid appearances. It just kind of it morphs a little bit.
She has like a lot of like divorce drama like between Pelican Brief and like the next chapter, and then she references it in Notting Hill.
She was something of a runaway bride in real life, and then she would later play one on screen.
Yeah.
She was excited to do this, apparently.
Yeah, this was a big height of her. Like this was kind of like right at her height of her early career.
Well, she had also taken a break, according to Wikipedia, for a couple years, and then this was the first movie back that she did in like a few years. And I guess John Grisham, is that his name?
Yeah.
He wrote the book, she read it, and without reading a script, she was like, I'm in. I'm Darby.
In.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, she's a good Darby. I don't love how much of her early career were these like big weird age gap love interests. Like they were like 20 years. Like they kept putting her with people who had like 20 plus years age gap, and that happened multiple times. It was Pretty Woman, it was this, it was I Love Trouble. I feel like there was
at least she had a reason in this movie. It was like she's looking for a daddy.
Sure.
The whole movie she's looking for a daddy.
Papa.
And when Cynthia Nixon said like
that was fun.
That was fun. That was so fun. Surprise.
Yeah. I was wondering if she would come back. I was like wondering if she was just at the beginning or if she would like come back around. We'd be like, "Hey, girl."
Were you disappointed?
She came back a couple of times.
Did?
Yeah, she came back.
Yeah.
Did she come back after the Laundromat?
In the weird bar / laundromat that they
That
visit
was
in
so
this movie.
bizarre.
That was
What an
sick. We should bring
interesting
that back.
location. Yeah,
Let's
I
bring that
think
back. That's so smart.
It is so
Coin op
smart.
laundry attached to the club. I think you're gonna get a lot of just like in the moment, like, oh fuck, I spilled ketchup on myself, kind of visit.
And what's the likelihood you're gonna leave a bunch of clothes in the dryer because you're off getting drunk now?
Yeah.
You know?
a lot
Yeah,
high.
and, like,
so that's free
very
clothes for the
high.
bar. They can go to the resale shop. They can make a tidy mint.
And it's so like coin centered, which is great for like darts and pool, and then coins for washers and dryers. I mean, it's sort of its own Chuck E. Cheese model.
Yeah, laundromats are kind of like Chuck E. Cheese in a way, if you think about it.
Yeah, or Dave and Buster's.
They
But,
do
like,
often have sticker machines at laundromats.
That's
so
true. Yeah.
They're trying to
True.
give some prize for having to lug your 10-pound bag of laundry.
Yeah, the
Though
laundromat
that's
near me has one of those like coin machines, where the coins shoot and it moves back and forth. You know what I'm talking
Oh
about.
yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it, lugging your laundry when you're drunk, like back home, sounds terrible.
Oh really? That would be a highlight for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love a drunk walk.
That's true.
Yeah, you gotta
That's
walk
true.
it off. You gotta
You gotta walk it
kind
off.
of sober up a little bit on like an extended walk.
And you're probably like dissociating at that point. So like you wake up
Mm-hmm.
in the morning and all your laundry's folded on the floor, and you're like, wow,
Wow,
who did that?
That's
Who
interesting.
did that for me?
Because for
It's
me, it
interesting
would
you
be more
imagine
of a-
that would get folded. It's interesting you imagine that would happen.
Yeah, you were such a responsible drunk.
I mean, one can hope, you know.
Jessi Kat, I
I
like
feel-
your assertion that like one is bringing their full load of laundry to the club in this scenario, whereas I kind of pictured it a more like an emergency, kind of feeling what a Tide pen would do now.
Oh.
No, I was thinking like you do all your laundry while you're
You're bringing it all. Wow.
You're
Okay.
bringing
I
it
mean,
all.
I like it. Well,
It's a
hey,
Tuesday
the three
night.
of us
Yeah.
want to go in on business together.
I was thinking of it. Yeah, I was thinking of it because you were thinking of it being a bar leaning laundromat, and I
yeah,
was thinking
bar
of it being a.
first.
I was thinking of it being a laundromat first bar. So we can try out the models. Like we can franchise and see what does better.
We should. Okay, so I'm sorry. We're starting rival establishments, and yours
trying different
is
models.
laundromat first with kind of a speakeasy in the back, and mine is bar first with a small laundry room.
I think it's just management. I think we'll have different management styles and see which one's more
Wait, this
profitable.
is exciting, and we can call it coast to coast because yours will be in New York, ours will be in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like
and
that.
we could see whose pops off.
yeah.
Maybe it's kind of a day
wonder-
shift, night shift thing. During the day, it's laundromat forward. At
Wait.
night, it becomes bar forward. But you can still
Wait,
use
wait,
both
wait,
facilities
wait.
anytime it's open.
I just had a breakthrough.
Good. Yes.
I'm gonna partner with Whimo.
Okay.
Yeah.
You personally?
Because that's how we're getting the laundry
Just
home.
like you're
That's how we're
gonna-
getting the laundry home.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and like I'm gonna cut a deal with Waymo so that like you can both like get to the laundromat and the bar yourself, and then it takes you back, so you don't have to drink and drive because I'm LA. So
Wow.
I think
Wow.
me being LA, I do Waymo. Unfortunately, my zip code is too poor for Waymo to come here. And it sucks because I drive just 3 or 4 minutes in a different direction. Waymo, like any other
Wait,
direction.
Whimo doesn't come here?
No,
That's so bizarre.
yeah, Lincoln Heights is too cheap.
I beg to differ. Look out this view.
That's true.
It's cute.
Yeah, it's like a nice parking lot.
There's some trees.
There's
the
some trees.
sunset.
Yeah.
Waymo needs to get with it.
No, you
Okay,
drive like a little, like 4 minutes towards downtown. Waymo's everywhere.
I have one more idea for this business.
You can have a third.
Okay, well, so one at a time. There's a robot in the back seat that folds your laundry on the way home.
Love that.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking, we don't have these in New York, but in LA, there are the food delivery robots, right?
Yeah, that's what I was
I'm
thinking.
imagining a pickup drop-off laundry service with a little food robot.
Okay.
Robot comes to your house,
No.
you give it the clothes. Later, the robot returns the clothes to you.
No drinking. This is just now. We're just thinking of a laundry
Now
service.
we're starting a laundromat. Now we're just starting a laundromat.
a ghost kitchen, but it's a ghost laundromat, and it's just
No one knows where it is.
It's on the astral plane.
Ghost kitchens, I feel like they've kind of become ghosts themselves. You don't hear a lot about ghost kitchens so much these days.
They're around, though. There's a goop kitchen that's a ghost kitchen that's close to here-ish. There's some really scary ones in LA. There's some scary ghost kitchens.
Okay.
I think because we just have more real estate for it.
Yeah, you definitely have ghost kitchen real estate. You order a Pasquale's Pizza and Wings, which is, of course, the ghost kitchen name for Chuck E. Cheese. During the pandemic, you could order from Pasquale's, and you would be getting a Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
That was funny. Yeah. Good times.
It's a good bit. Good time.
Good times.
Remember lockdown?
Yeah, I do, unfortunately. Yeah, that was the last time I sharded. I was reflecting on when it...
No comment.
The
No
last
comment.
time I sharded.
We were having an earlier... Galen and I were having an earlier conversation a few days ago, and she asked me when I remember the last time I sharded, and I couldn't, and then it came to me later, and it was early lockdown. No idea where it came from.
At home. You're at home.
Yeah, I was at
Out
home.
of your butt, I think, is traditionally where it comes from.
Yeah, it was out of my butthole. Yeah.
Out of your beehole.
Yeah, and it was your classic, thought it was a fart, suddenly it wasn't.
So classic.
And I was standing,
Classic.
and my partner was there at the time because we were quarantined together. And honestly, I feel okay about it because they had like a huge burping problem, and sort of a baby voice problem. So like, I do feel like it's okay that I sharded once, and it wasn't even on them or near them. It was just
Were they Norwegian?
no.
Oh.
Why?
Now, go ahead.
No, I need to know that. Why?
Because Norwegians have like traditionally like very scary like baby faces.
Oh, they didn't have a baby face.
Just burps and voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never even connected the burping to be baby related, but you're right. That is a baby thing. That's crazy. Yeah. TV's Kevin, do you remember the last time you sharded?
I don't, but I was thinking if you shart at the bar/laundromat, and I imagine a lot of adults, if they're going to shit themselves, they're probably doing it at the bar, at the club, right? So, not a problem at the bar/laundromat. You just go over to the little room, you just load it in. You're ready to go. You can keep partying, rally. There's probably like loner pants. There's like loner clothes you can get when your pants when you shart yourself and you gotta do laundry at the club. They can give you a pair of sweats or something.
Yeah.
A hospital gown, maybe? That'd be fun. Then everybody's walking around with their butts out.
Wait, that's actually a great idea. Like the people at the club who are doing the laundry are in hospital gowns. Yeah. And that way, like, the other patrons can be, like, semi-responsible for, like, telling them, like, did you put your clothes from the wash to the dryer yet? You look pretty drunk.
You don't want it to get mildewy. You don't
Exactly.
you don't want your clothes to smell. You don't want that loamy smell. Now, you'd think from how little we've talked about the Pelican Brief so far,
I keep
that
trying,
it's
but
not
it's okay.
a good movie. I enjoyed this immensely. I had a great time watching this. I love a little thriller, and this 90s like John Grisham style thriller. I'll eat this up anytime. Anything you want to serve me. The Firm with Tom Cruise, The Rainmaker with Matt Damon, like any of these movies I could throw on anytime. They're perfect plane movies. If you are on a plane, just like any of these distinct little legal thrillers, A Few Good Men, another like elite plane movie. I really enjoyed this. Great to see Denzel Washington. Sad he didn't work with Julia Roberts more, but like Denzel Washington, one of the best movie stars to ever live. A guy who just like holds the screen and holds your attention. There's a way when they're sneaking into the mental hospital, there's a way that Denzel Washington beckons Julia Roberts to come in. And, you or I might beckon someone by going like, like the finger curl, the wag back towards me. Denzel does the like 2 middle and pointer finger up, thumb out, and moves his entire finger like straight back and forth. And that's
know that
That is
move.
main
that's a
character energy.
that's a movie star to me. Exactly. This is like, this guy is authoritative. He's making moves that like you or I have never thought of. We're fools curling our little finger. We look stupid.
I do
commands.
I do this move in one specific setting, but it's never just
the boudoir.
Correct.
Yeah,
I love that mental hospital scene, and I love how like back in the 90s, like people who just like needed to go to rehab for a second or like had just like a little mentee B were considered like super crazy.
Yeah.
Because she treated that boy like he was a nut job.
Yeah.
Even though it was like a minor thing.
And he was just kind of like,
remember.
"What's up? Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah, what's up? Oh, I thought you were an angel.
He was so adorable.
Like, he was putting on the moves. Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, you're sweet, but like, I'm not gonna touch you with a 10-foot pole."
He's like, "Sorry,
I
my
really
playwright
thought-
boyfriend just like exploded twice." Yeah,
Yeah, she's like, "I'm not really trying to date right now."
I'm
Yeah,
kind of like
though
on the run. I'm not really trying to date right now.
Though they did a really good job of convincing me that like her and Denzel might kiss because I was like so ready for that. I was
Thought
like,
about it.
they're
That
so
is-
close.
That is something that I knew about this movie, is that they do not kiss, and that is something of a subject of controversy. You know, like folks make it a very racial thing, and I totally understand where they're coming from. But at the end of this
I didn't even
movie,
think about that.
I'm kind of glad that they don't kiss. Like, I just
too.
don't think that's like the end of this story, the end of this arc.
Yeah.
I think they have like an immense amount of like respect for each other. They will always be bonded through this experience, but it's not a romantic connection to me at all.
I agree. And would I read fan fiction otherwise, where they do
100%.
end up doing stuff?
100%.
100%. Absolutely. But
Yeah. When I'm
done reading
I wasn't
gay
super
hockey fic.
disappointed. Yeah, exactly.
If this was like a TV series, I would be down for them to get together
Yeah.
like season 2 or something. But yeah, I can see why it's. I was actually impressed that they didn't. I was impressed the movie didn't go there. But I do kind of see the racial element now that you say it, where I'm like, if this was a white guy, they probably would have made her kiss him.
They
like,
probably would have kissed.
Yeah, which I hadn't even thought about that.
If it was fucking Matthew Broderick or some shit, like, they probably would have kissed, and I don't think that would have been as good. I was thinking, you know, because Denzel's in Glory a few years before this, one of the ultimate, like, your teacher is wheeling out a TV movies to ever exist. And Matthew Broderick is
we
the star
watched
of
that
Glory.
in school.
Yep, you sure did. I mean, has anyone ever watched Glory not in a school environment? I'm not sure they have.
I've never even heard of this movie.
I think wasn't it sort of like a inner city kid teacher helps movie?
It is a Civil War drama starring Matthew
Never mind.
Broderick, featuring
Never mind.
Denzel
Thinking of Dangerous
Washington.
Minds.
Denzel Washington in an Academy Award-winning supporting performance.
Okay, never mind. I haven't seen Glory.
Okay.
I was thinking of a
Well, it's
different
too
movie
late. You're not in
entirely.
school anymore. You'll never see it now.
Yeah, and I don't really need to.
Are you thinking of the
don't really
Denzel
need that one.
Washington movie, or not the Denzel Washington, the Morgan Freeman movie? Is it called like Dangerous Minds? No, that
Yeah, with
is-
Michelle Pfeiffer.
That's Michelle Pfeiffer. Morgan Freeman teacher movie. Lean on Me, of course. Lean on Me.
Yeah, but now I sound racist.
You're thinking of Remember the Titans. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I hallucinated this movie just like the angel of Julia Roberts walking through the insane asylum. I just like I kept losing the plot in this movie, but that's okay.
One thing that was confusing, really confusing, was that the main villain of the character was never seen. He was in a photograph once. Victor Matisse, right? I believe his
Yeah,
name
we
was.
don't get a confrontation with this
don't see
Victor
him.
Matisse.
No, we don't. And that was disappointing to the viewer, aka me.
Yeah, I got lost in the sauce because once the brief was revealed of what the Pelicans were, I was like, cool. So then I felt like I was like, all right, I get it enough. You used enough legalese that I get it enough. And then it just like, and then the plot just kept turning. Like the unwind just kept happening. And that's when I sort of lost it. But one of my favorite shots was Stanley Tucci's assassination and then the like super wide that kept happening.
Huge
That was
pullback.
so cool.
Amazing, like,
Yeah,
helicopter pullback shot. Like, this is when we still made
Yeah.
fucking movies. I'm afraid, like, we no one was
Literally.
doing it like this now. This movie is,
With
of course,
all of
directed
those
by the great
extras.
Alan Pakula. I know, extras.
having a big parade all the time.
Okay, the
Yes.
parade scene, one of my favorite shots, and this is a classic trope in movies, is when, like, the person who's running from somebody is running down a dark alley, and it's completely empty, and then up ahead they see the lit up, beautiful, many people parade going by, and sometimes they don't make it to the parade because they get killed, like Sarah Michelle Gellar and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh yes.
But
yeah.
she made it to the parade. And even though she continued to get harassed among the public in
Okay,
that scene,
that's-
unfortunately.
that's when I
She-
also
she
got
also
confused, and I
uses
got
the
too-
public.
I got two white guys confused because I was like, wait, is the random insane asylum guy the same guy of the guy who was harassing her in the street? There's just so many like
No,
random
different-
men that
different
I know
guy.
it's
are
not.
hired to.
I know it wasn't, but I was confused for a beat because I
Yeah.
just kept there were so many random men that just constantly harassed her or hit on her at random throughout this movie.
Yeah.
But they were
And that's
all
when she's
hitmen,
getting
right?
So many of them were, she's getting chased by like the very small, strong guy who's like, he's always pushing stuff over,
my God,
tipping people over. I love that guy. His character's name is
short
Stump. But also like that is the sequence where like,
Wait,
Julia runs into like a punk guy and is like, she's obviously being chased, and the guy just like looks at her for a second and like turns around to like fuck the guy up who's chasing her. And I'm like, this is beautiful. This is everything I want.
we love the hero punk who saves the
Yes.
damsel in distress. Yeah. But wait, did that short king, Stump, did he died, right?
Probably. I watched this
trying to
movie like a
remember
week and a
how.
half ago. He probably died. Like Stanley Tucci is
know,
the very memorable death, shot in a public place, and then the
course.
helicopter goes into space, like it's the craziest shot you've ever seen. The short
Yeah.
guy probably died at some point.
I feel like he did. I really want to remember how.
I liked late in the movie
Wow.
when they brought in a lady assassin. She was wearing like a sensible 90s long skirt at the bank,
Yeah.
chasing them through the
a
parking
trench.
garage.
Oh yeah, Bank Girl.
Yeah, Bank Girl was cool. And then when
they
the
were-
car runs into the other car that had the car bomb in it and it explodes big, I'm like, this is what movies are all about. This is why we go to the cinema. This is why we sit at home and we watch 90s thrillers.
Totally. There's something about a woman from the late 80s, early 90s who's very put together with like a giant gun walking around. It reminds me of like Kindergarten Cop or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my other thought is I wanted to be shot like that judge by a laser. The sound that the gunshot made was like pachoo. It sounded like a laser gun.
Yeah, I
when
assume
they
it was
shot
like
that
a
judge.
silencer or something, but yeah.
Yeah, but it was giving laser. Okay, this is Stump.
Oh, Stump. Oh, he aged nicely.
Nicholas Woodson. Yeah.
Hello, Stump.
Wow. Hello. Welcome back, Stump.
Welcome back, Stump.
One of the weirdest parts to me was when at the very end when she was leaving Denzel and she was just like, all right, bye. And she like starts to walk towards the plane and then she's like, wait, I guess I'll give you a hug. Like, it's like, of course you guys would hug. Are you kidding?
One
Like, you
last
just
one
went through
for the
most insane thing you'll
road.
ever go through in your life.
It's so much more dramatic, that she like walks away and she's like, no, I need another hug. Yeah.
One reason I thought they were gonna kiss was because there was this like shot of her like tapping on his hand while they were in the car that I like couldn't figure out. They like held it for a long time.
The bomb scene?
I don't know. She was just in the car with Denzel and she was like sort of like tapping on his hand like by the console.
Oh.
And I was just like, oh, are they flirting? I guess no one else caught it. I missed some big things in this movie and then just paid attention to some really unnecessary things. I was not following the stream the way that the cinematographer and the director intended.
The reason why I think she was looking for a dad the whole film, though, is because when Cynthia Nixon is like, are you going to be okay for money? She's like, yeah, I have the money my dad left me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Alluding
Yeah.
to the fact that he dead.
Yeah.
And she's dating an old professor.
Yep.
And now she's looking to the protection of another man. I think
Oh, wait.
she really
Another
wants to
crazy
be taken
moment
care of.
was when he kept referencing that he was newly sober, and then
Oh, the
professor. He kept referencing that he was newly sober, and then he relapses, and then like he was gonna drive home. Like that was the. I guess it makes sense that like she didn't get in the car, but it was just like such a weird dramatic beat for it to be. I guess it was just like that was a way to separate them in that moment for thrillerness. I got that note once from someone who was like mentoring me to write episodic series, and I kept being like, I just want to write an addict character that like is established as an alcoholic or an addict that like doesn't relapse throughout the course of the series or the movie. Like, why is that so hard? And she was like, oh, because there's no drama there's no like climax, or there's no point. And I just didn't understand it. And then that happened again, where I was just like, why was this like, why did he relapse right before he was killed? What was necessary about that?
Well, he kind of kept relapsing throughout the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
when she met him at his apartment, maybe a scene or two before that, he was, like, drinking scotch.
Okay.
Because he, like, didn't want to work on his book.
Yeah.
Classic creative.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to do drugs and drink instead of work on my creative process.
Yeah, so maybe it was like, oh, this was his foil anyway.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
was really
Yeah.
a really good codependent.
She was, yeah.
Yeah.
She-
She was like, oh, you're drinking again. Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
you.
he's dating like a 23-year-old, and it's like a pattern for him. Like, this is not like a man of a high station. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not really like performing well in the adult world, I would say.
Besides
Right.
being a professor at a yeah.
And
Oh, you
being
can get
5
those
degrees
jobs.
separated from the president, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, let me just hand this document to someone who knows the president.
Yeah.
At the FBI,
He has that
yeah.
going.
And it gets
Yeah.
passed all the way up the FBI, like, right away.
Mm-hmm.
The guy from Scandal.
Oh, I have
So
such a crush
hot.
on him. Yeah.
Yes.
He's kind of like always in an Oval Office, and I love that.
Totally.
Yeah.
He
He
could
fits
just walk
in.
around the White House.
Yeah,
He could walk
yeah.
right into the White House.
He
fits in
doesn't
right
like
there.
physically enter a White House in one battle after another, but you're like, but this guy's like been to the White House.
Yeah. Christmas Town, man. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he definitely
he-
doesn't go to the White House in the movie Ghost, but he could.
I still
he
haven't
could.
seen Ghost.
Whoa.
Is he
I know,
playing
I know it's
Ghost?
good.
Because Ghost can walk through walls, you know?
He doesn't, unfortunately.
All right.
I want to see him in another White House. I want more nostalgic White House content like this, like West Wing, Independence Day.
Mm.
Yeah, this is kind of nice to watch in a Trump era. Something where it's like there's mystique, but there's bureaucracy. It's kind of like there's multi layers, there's multi covert things happening, and just the bureaucracy of the executive branch is comforting in a way.
There was something very quaint about when the president in this movie, you know, got hurt or something. He was in the hospital, and then he was like, I'll just say hi to my people. And then he, like, put his arm out the hospital
Yeah.
window and waved, and everyone was like, yay, president!
Yeah, and him and his
They're
dogs.
just not there anymore.
But, I mean, people love when the president has pets. They love president dogs. That's like a big thing. So it really made
They love
sense that he was
Bo.
training his dog.
Does Trump have a dog?
I don't
No,
know. That's the
notoriously
thing,
not
is-
a pets guy. Yeah, which is the
he's
biggest
doing this-
He's
problem.
not.
Which is his biggest flaw.
I was on board with him until I just heard that.
Yeah,
But he
yeah.
doesn't have a dog.
He doesn't have interesting red tape and mystique and whatever. Like, he doesn't
No.
have these sort of like briefs that can come from a law student that uncover a secret thing. Like, there's no like interesting sexy secrecy to the Trump presidency.
Yeah, I was
Definitely
thinking while
not.
watching this movie, which is of course about a conspiracy between a president and a billionaire to assassinate Supreme Court justices. I was thinking like, when that happens during the second Trump presidency, like, it won't even warrant an indictment. Like, in this movie, it's like he needs to leave public society. Like, it's over. He lost, you know, and the billionaire will suffer incredible consequences and the president will suffer incredible consequences. And when that happens, like, 2 to 3 weeks from now, it will barely be like a news story.
Yeah, it's already happened so many times in different ways already, right? That's what was hard to kind of like track, was like that this like oil conspiracy, Pelican, lobbyist, etc. thing is like not even relevant in the Trump presidency. This shit happens daily. Like, so it's really hard. It's nostalgic in that way, where you're like, whoa, how is he even resigning from presidency for this? Because we're in just such a different world now. That's hard to kind of go back and be like, that's how things were back then. Wacky. I really enjoyed the protest signs. Those were really funny to me. There was protest signs that were like, boo, like at the very beginning it was like, AIDS bad, act up, gay, blah, blah, like really on the nose.
The protest outside the White House had so many different causes represented across them.
Too.
So there was that.
Of them counterintuitive.
Totally.
Too. It was like anti-abortion and gay rights.
Yeah, and then there was a guns
90s.
one that was really funny. There was a guns one that was like a lot of like similar or the same poster that was just like because this was before 9/11, so it was like call 911 something something, and it was like guns, and it was like love guns, and like all of them were just like guns.
Many of them were like fun. Pictures of guns, like when Denzel is infiltrating the crowd, he picks up like a big like Photoshop of a gun. I'm trying to find some of the signs for the movie. I am looking on Internet Movie Firearms Database, you know, trying to going in deep looking for these protest signs.
Guns.
This one's good. It says don't call 911, dial 355 35 millimeter. That one's good, and I agree.
What does it say?
Sorry, it says don't call 911, dial 35 millimeter, like a gun caliber.
Oh, they're saying don't call 911, shoot people
with a gun.
They're saying self-defense will always work.
I am in my little New York bubble, because anytime I go back to like, you know, Missouri or an area of the country with open carry, and I see people like, you know, bringing their guns into Starbucks, I am like, I don't like this. I don't like this very much. Yeah.
Same in LA. You don't really see people wielding guns. No. But I remember when I was driving through Texas, I saw like a 12-year-old with an AK-47 strapped on his back, just riding his bike across the cornfields.
You never know what's going to be in those cornfields.
Yeah.
You never know, dude.
That was on the way to the Bush Ranch. It was was like a good like intro to what I was about to.
Yeah, almost a little on the nose.
See. Yeah, it was pretty on the nose in terms of storytelling.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a little heavy-handed from the crafters of reality.
Yeah. Sometimes I think the writers up there are getting lazy, and that was definitely one of the moments.
Could we clear something up about the Pelican Brief?
Sure.
Please.
That amazing scene that we all love so much, where Stanley Tucci got shot and it pans out. Mm-hmm. Who shot him?
I had that question too.
Was it part of the CIA?
We see the guy. It's the guy over by like. There's a guy over by like the fountain. You're asking who, like, what entity killed him,
and why? Yeah.
Yeah, like who was watching out for Darby at that moment and why? Was it the government? Was it a private organization? Like, because apparently the other viewers, when it first came out, people thought he shot himself. I didn't think that.
No.
But a bunch of people thought he shot himself because he was like under his shirt was the gun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he was going to shoot her.
Correct.
Yes. Ooh, what an excellent question.
That was my question
Who
too. That was one clue for me that I was not following the plot. because I was like, what, how, who bad right now?
It's all a big web of conspiracy, but again, unfortunately, you know, I watched it last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago, so finer plot details are leaking out of my mind. But I will very quickly read the Wikipedia plot summary.
It feels significant though, because he was like a main character for like the first part of the movie. So to not resolve that is strange, and then to suddenly introduce so many new assassins that we don't know. Like, it is weird that we're not clear as viewers. None of the three of us know like who killed him.
Totally. And it was a famously confusing scene.
Yeah.
For a lot of people. Also, why did she have to leave the country at the end? It seemed like everything was resolved. Like, the people who were bad went to jail, and was it just because, like, they might still be mad at her for, like, exposing?
Yeah, the bad people still would probably not be like, well, you got us this time, Darby. But, you know, they probably would want to kill her. Damn. So she is essentially in hiding.
Yeah, but then how does, like, a different country make a difference? Just because it's not in the government jurisdiction, so
it's harder to find someone if they've left the country. You know, it's very different. The world's a big place, you know, so if you are shipped off to somewhere else on planet Earth, you know, they don't say where, it's pretty hard to find someone unless you know where to look.
And why did she trust just like one pilot? Like, why did she trust like, oh, I'm just gonna tell the pilot and he's gonna be the guy who keeps my secret and it's all gonna be good?
Well, you know, you gotta trust someone. I don't know. You gotta.
Yeah, I guess they couldn't. The only way they could have resolved that in the world of this movie is to be like, "Hey, Denzel, can you fly a plane?" And he'd be like, "Actually, I can." And then he would fly her away himself.
Because... You don't want me to fly this plane upside down? I can do that too. You've seen the movie Flight.
Mm-hmm. The Wikipedia plot synopsis skips over this entire plot element. Skips entirely over the Stanley Tucci character. I cannot find reference to him in the plot synopsis at all.
Wow.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll never understand the Pelican Brief. But
maybe
that's okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. An unknown person fatally shoots him in a public square. So it's kind of, here's my interpretation of the scene, if you will. Is like, you know, this movie is directed by Alan Pakula, who, you know, was most famous in the 70s, directing these very dark thrillers. Clute, the movie that won Jane Fonda her Oscar, is one of the major movies he's directed. The Parallax View, which is all about like brainwashing and political assassination, and of course he did All the President's Men, kind of the ultimate like newspaper movie, the ultimate like movie about like people putting their heads down and getting the story, which this movie is in the lineage of. All of those movies, those 70s style thrillers, are kind of predicated on this idea that like all of these things, these conspiracies, go all the way to the top. You know, and you will never fully understand, like, every arm and every reach that these kind of conspiracies have their hands into. So, like, us not knowing, like, who killed the Stanley Tucci character is just a, like, this is such an intricate web. There are different parties, and they're attacking each other, and they're attacking her. Maybe they were even trying to kill Julia Roberts. You know, we don't know. They ended up killing Stanley Tucci, and that's what happened. But it's like there's so many different moving pieces and moving parts and components in a conspiracy that goes all the way up to like the president. That like you're not gonna fully ever be able to like get your hand on every part of it. Is kind of my view on the whole thing. But I also understand looking at it and going like, well, that's just unclear screenwriting. Who is that? Why'd they do that?
I can kind of relate to that from the inside of like being in one of those families. Is like that's the part that's kind of hard to explain to people. Is like it sounds sort of like a paranoia, but there are also all of these streams of conspiracy all the way to the top that you just never fully know, where there's all of these players, and like having that sense is like kind of part of it too. Is like There's always sort of a layer of, you won't ever really know everything. Famously 9/11 is one that people love to reference. But
famously 9/11.
Yeah, like that is sort of like the world of the presidency, is like having just all of these layers of conspiracy kind of always around, and not being like, well, you just don't have the security clearance to ever know everything.
Yeah. That's how I feel about the Kennedy assassination. Is like, I know we don't know everything. I don't know what we don't know. There's not like one conspiracy where I'm like, yes, that's the one. But there is something else going on. We don't know what the full story is.
Yeah, and there's probably a Darcy somewhere who wrote it down.
And now she's in Costa Rica.
Wrote a little paper about it, cracked the case wide open.
I wonder what she decided to do after that, because it seemed like she was kind of enjoying being a diligent law student. So, like, I wonder kind of what was next for her.
I wonder that too. And how much money does she have just to hang out in another country?
I feel like the FBI would pay for her, like, witness protection. Yeah,
That's chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would be fascinated to look at the books and see how much money is being spent at witness protection at any given moment for anybody. Like, how much are we spending on witness protection? I would love to know.
It's a worthy cause. Out of everything the government's
I agree.
spending money on,
I agree.
witness protection can stay fully funded.
It's always been kind of sexy to me. It's like, how many people walking around that we see every day are in witness protection? Would I enjoy it? I don't know. It sounds like a stable job would be kind of nice. What if I saw a crime? It would suck to say goodbye to everybody I knew, but to start over and try a different trade sometimes sounds sexy.
And how much would it make sense, if someone was like, yo, I found out that Jessi Kat's in witness protection, and you're like, oh god, that makes so much sense.
I think the way that I move right now, no. People would be like, okay, then why are you pretending you're part of a whole political family? That feels like...
That's a good point.
That feels weird. And also, why are you doing it on stage? And, like, why aren't you doing better? If you're in witness protection, why aren't you financially okay?
Well, I imagine they don't really pay a lot. You still have to get a job and stuff.
Yeah, but they help you get it, like, sorted. They don't let you starve.
That's true.
Yeah.
True. They don't let you starve.
That's nice.
I feel like it would make sense for people who, like, they don't let their freak flag fly, really, They feel like they always have a lid on it, and then you find out they're in witness protection, like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like I would be bad at that. I would be bad at the turn down the quirk. Do you think you guys could twerk at that, or twerk?
Could I twerk?
Do you think you could turn down? Could you
Turn down
twerk?
the twerk?
Could you turn down the quirk? Could you
I
twerk?
could turn down the urge to twerk, for sure.
What would you guys do in witness protection? What sort of would be your ideal vibe?
What's my reboot?
Yeah,
What's my
think I'd be a baker.
rebooting?
Baker would be cool.
Baker's a good one.
Like a chef in the back, weird hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd start
Quiet little life.
like a laundromat / bar.
Bar.
And I think
Yeah.
I think it would be called like the soap bubble, or something like that. Suds and Buds, something awful. It would be called something bad.
Ooh, Suds and Buds, or like foam top.
Foam top, yeah. Or like Gentle Cycle.
Ooh. Okay. What about a dispensary and a laundromat?
In a laundry, I'm worried about the smell. I guess they don't smoke in the dispensary.
I worry about I feel like there would be a really bad mildew problem because people would forget their stuff all the time. And so not only would it smell like weed, but they would also be forgetting their laundry all the time, mid-cycle.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be as successful.
Yeah.
No, it's just a different social atmosphere, I think.
I feel like I would have to do a work from home job if I was in witness protection, but what would be my, like, one little social thing? I'm also surprised I haven't met more people in witness protection at AA, but I guess, yeah, they probably wouldn't share that there.
In witness protection? Probably not.
Like, because it's anonymous, but also maybe they would be like, but not enough.
That actually would be the perfect place to socialize if you were in witness protection.
Yeah.
Because there's no one's trying to take pictures of you. No one's trying to ask your last name. Like, that is actually...
You would think, but then I think people aren't as good at it because no one's legally required to be good at it. So, like, yeah. You could, like, have a you could have, like, a service position, but you still wouldn't be able to be completely honest with the group, you know?
You know?
I do remember one time somebody was, like, running from a bounty hunter at a meeting, and that was crazy. And I don't know what happened to her. So, hope she's okay. But that was, like, that was a wild night. That was a wild night in the church basement.
Which is not something that people get to say pretty often, you know?
Yeah. People are usually kind of like, we don't really do a lot down here, except for one group. One special group. What's up, TV's Kevin Lanigan?
You know? Just thinking. Ruminating on the
Yeah,
Pelican
You
Brief.
thinking about the Pelican Brief? Yeah.
What's on the
Yeah,
mind?
I'm mulling it over in my mind, you know? Remembering all my favorite scenes and details of the movie The Pelican Brief from 1993.
Yeah, I mean, you liked it. So.
I sure did. I had a great time. I don't know. I guess maybe it didn't fly as high with y'all, and that's okay. You know, it takes all
loved
kinds.
it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry if I haven't been giving that impression, but I've watched the Pelican Brief numerous times, not just for this podcast.
Wonderful.
And in fact, fun fact that this doesn't really make any sense to anybody but me and my friend Jana. Shout out to Jana. But
Shout out, Jana.
Jenna, thanks for listening to the pod.
We went on like a Julia Roberts movie marathon in quarantine. And
oh, hell yeah.
we, for some reason, started calling her Julia Dogbutts. And, like, no shade to Julia Roberts. Like, it was honestly, it was a term of endearment.
Yeah.
It really was. But we would
Absolutely.
just be like,
I mean, who doesn't like a little
Dogbutts?
dog butt? You know?
Who doesn't like a little dog butt? It was
Yeah.
Who
Julia
doesn't like a little
Roberts.
dog butt? You see a little dog
So
shake
you're
its
the-
little butt, and you're like, hee 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 hee.
You're the original Run the Julias. You were running the Julias before us.
We were.
Before we even
We just weren't talking
had
about
the
it,
idea.
except to each other. Yeah.
Before the beautiful
loved it.
pun was laid at our feet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't always love every Julia, and that's okay. But I always find something to say, you know, about what's going on in the pictures that she makes.
And that's important for a podcast host.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, that's commitment.
Stuff.
You know, I just feel like if they tried to make the Pelican Brief today, it's like it's a
Yeah, you
it's a
couldn't.
10-hour prestige miniseries. I mean, you truly like a movie like this does not exist, and I think a movie like this could be a hit again. I think if we just put our top talent, you know, you're putting great directors and great actors on these things, it could be elevated up to that level. But just like, I
Like a
guess in a
Spotlight?
post-Law and Order world, people are just not hungry for this sort of thing anymore. They're like, no, I watch that on TV when I want to look at lawyer. I guess this is more of a reporter movie, but still, you know, I feel like people get their proceduralism from TV.
Yeah, it wasn't like Spotlight one of the big ones that was sort of in this space. Like the last time it was
100%.
sort of
Yeah, Spotlight is the only
Yeah.
newspaper movie that barks after what All the President's Men was throwing down. You know, it's one of the big newspaper films of all time. It won dang-ass Best Picture, but I guess it wasn't really like a huge box office boom. I'm sure many people have seen it since, you know, on Netflix or what have you. But I miss movies like this, and I don't want them to be 10 hours long. I want a nice, like, you know, this is a generously sized movie. It's almost 2.5 hours long, but I want like a sumptuous feast in one package.
Yeah, it would be hard to like pitch something like this without it being sort of a period piece too. Like, I feel like it would be hard to, I feel like when movies like this are made, it's so that like one particular actor can win Best Picture for their biopic, like playing a biopic type character. Usually it's like a rock star or something, but sometimes it's like, for a movie like this, they're like, well, we're going to set it in the 70s, 90s, whatever, and you're going to play this particular role and it's going to be a different take of it. But like having it be a completely fictional scenario, yeah, I feel like it's more rare. Where would you set the next Pelican Brief? Because obviously we can't do it in the Trump administration because there's nothing to conspiracize about.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing would happen. We unfortunately, it would be I think a movie that actually captures this exact idea really, really well is the movie Dark Waters, starring Mark Ruffalo, directed by the great Todd Haynes. And that is a legal thriller about he's there's the DuPont company is dumping a bunch of chemicals into these rural areas, and it's like killing people and making all the farm animals sick and ruining the water for all these people, and Ruffalo is the one guy who's putting it all together. But spoilers for that movie, he puts the whole case together and it comes to nothing. He wins a little bit of money for these like sick people, but the ultimate conclusion of the movie is like, well, they're just going to keep doing this somewhere else. They settled for like a few $1 million, but they're a massive multi-billion-dollar company. It's a drop in the bucket to them. So it's kind of, I feel like a modern version of this movie in our disillusioned era. It can't, like, if you end this movie with like the president steps down because of a corruption controversy, the whole audience goes like, that would never happen today.
Right. So like what would be a similar setting? Because you want more movies like this.
Yeah, a similar setting. This movie has a lot of good New Orleans flavor. I think a location is important for this movie.
Yeah.
All the President's Men is DC. The Firm is Memphis, I want to say. So I think we need to do something like maybe, we're back in Memphis and it's like a lawyer who's obsessed with Elvis and Graceland. Where's another interesting place that we could put this? Where's the great LA movie? The great LA Lawyers movie,
Yeah. I'm sure there's many, but top of mind, no. I feel like People vs. OJ as a miniseries was good. It was the Ryan Murphy one, but it was good. It was good, but it was a miniseries. Thinking of a movie, I don't know.
Yeah, there's that new movie that just came out about all the lawyers with Kim Kardashian and Glenn Close.
Oh, the TV show?
Oh.
It's so bad. There is a sexual assault scene to the song Everybody Dance Now, and that's when I turned it off. Wait. Actually, I watched the whole episode and then I turned it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't like
Everybody Dance Now being the song that's like everybody. Mm-hmm. Oh no.
Yeah, it was a sexual assault montage, that song.
If there's maybe one trope that I despise, it is like the peppy pop song over the horrible action. I'm actually fucking sick to death of that.
I really like it when it works. So I was pissed that this was like it kind of ruined maybe it for a while for me, because I'm like, I really like this when it works. It's fun. It seems like that this choice, nobody thought about it. It was just thrown in there because they were like, this is the trope. And
this is no one would expect this, but it's like, but why are you playing this song right now?
It does add a creepy element. Like there was some horror to
when
the
it's
song "Tiptoe Through the Tulips" by
Tiptoe
Tiny Tim.
Through the tulips.
So it's like somebody getting like taken apart basically.
Yeah,
that's terrifying.
I will always remember Arianko Flo, the Enya song "Sail Away, Sail Away, Sail Away." Ooh, and I think it's the girl with the dragon tattoo. I think Daniel Craig is like on a hook or something. Like there's some like really good scenes that do shit like that. So when somebody is just like, oh, I'm just gonna like recycle this trope but not think about it, and then ruins it, makes me so upset.
Totally.
Yeah. I knew it was a bad show, but that's when I was like, I actually don't think I can watch it. I don't think I can watch it at all.
Okay, one more Pelican Brief comment.
Yeah.
If you're being chased by somebody through the back of a kitchen,
mm-hmm.
and there's like, you remember there was like at least 30 chefs and busters and people back there.
That always happens.
Absolutely.
That always happened in 90s movies. It doesn't so much happen anymore because people realized if you just stop and you're like, yo, this person's trying to kill me, like all these people would probably help you.
Yeah.
But like she keeps going.
It's
Like,
all these chefs going like, well, that was weird. Do that?
Yeah. Gotta get this cake out.
Yeah.
I know, sorry.
or
These onions aren't going to saute themselves. All right, lady, you're on your own.
Yeah, exactly. So are you stopping in the kitchen to be like, get him, or are you going to keep running? Like, do we think she made the call, the good call, to keep going?
I think I would have yelled to the chefs, I'm being chased. But I also feel like sometimes I'm kind of like aware that I'm no longer like a young hot girl. So if I was in different like scenarios, there's no longer going to be just random men that in that split moment like come to bat for me. Like I think there's a level of suspicion when you're not a young hot girl of like why you're, if you're in a little dispute or something, why you're in that dispute in the first place. There's like a hesitation there. Like Kevin, I think if you were running down the streets in New York and someone was chasing you and you're like, help me, I think, I don't know if people would like stop right away.
I don't know if people would stop. I'm like a 6'1" white dude. I think people are like, figure it out, guy. Come on, you can handle this. I think it's
I'm, like,
different if you're like a
somewhere-
little Julia Roberts style woman.
Right. Like I think I'm like somewhere in the middle there now, and I don't really know what it is. But so I think if I yelled for help in the wild, I don't know who would come running.
But you're not tall, and I think that helps your case of like, help me, I'm so little, I'm so small.
I could
you know?
I could like try to like be like, I'm a 17-year-old boy. I just started growing facial hair. Like
Help.
maybe I could be that.
I want to graduate
but-
high school.
Yeah, depending on what I was wearing. Yeah, but like I feel like I was so late in the game to realize that the reason people throw things when they're being chased is to like slow the other person down from chasing you. So in a kitchen setting, there's a lot that can happen there, because if you throw like fire, then an oil fire could happen, or like that's what do you do there? Do
You could spoil people's dinners. Yeah,
You could
I mean,
spoil people's dinners.
classically via the bystander effect, like if you just call out generally help, people aren't going to answer you. You have to single out like one chef. You need to look, like, oh, the pastry chef, they've got a lot of tattoos. Help me, That's the way that they say you'll actually get some help. You need to make someone feel like the spotlight has been put on them.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, you're supposed to, instead of help, you're supposed to say, like, get away from me, I don't know you. That's, like, the way people will actually come running.
Yeah. What would I lead with? Because get away from me takes too long to say. So I think I would say, I don't know you. Then if I had time, get away from me.
I would say he's trying to kill me. That's what I would say. If I was literally in a busy-ass kitchen running from somebody, I'd be like, he's trying to kill me. And then I feel like some of the chefs would be like, absolutely not on my watch, babe, But,
Yeah.
But maybe that's wishful thinking, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Imagine you're running through HBO or the Hulu original series, The Bear. Would the bear help you, do you think? Or would he be too busy? He's always, he's always in his own head, that guy.
That's true. He is.
And he's shorter.
I
I don't know. He's kind of shorter. I would go for like he is like a big guy in the back there. I would go for the big guy in the back.
Yeah,
There's a few big guys back there.
Like, oh, and the cousin, maybe the cousin.
Yeah.
'Cause he seems kinda
Cousin.
crazy.
I'm
Like, he would
definitely
pop off.
like, if someone's chasing me, I'm looking at cousin, big tall cousin. I'm like, cousin, help me. And then cousin would, I think.
Do you think
The bear
you
would
could
be
out
like,
crazy?
I don't know. He's yelling. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Do you think that you could out crazy someone when they're like acting crazy to you? You're supposed to like out crazy them. Do you think you could like do it in an authentic way? I do think someone would. If they were like, oh, I'm gonna kill you, and if I was like, yeah, do it, I think they would. Like, I think that would annoy them enough that they would.
I feel the same.
I don't know if I could out crazy in a way that wouldn't be annoying.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, I'm gonna kill you, and it'll be like, not if I kill me first, And I start making moves, and they're like, wait.
Yeah, because that's a trope of like you can't like you need to out crazy the crazy to get out of
That's
a
what they
situation.
say. Yeah.
But I think actually it would make them more annoyed.
I don't know. If
personally
someone
with
says,
you
like-
or anybody.
What?
Personally with you or anybody.
What do you mean?
Like, are you speaking of like if Jessi was like doing it back, or if like anybody was doing it back, they'd be annoyed?
I'm just speaking from my own.
Oh, okay.
Experience.
So annoyed with you personally.
That's why I'm
Yeah,
wondering
yeah.
if you guys think that like you could.
I would go limp, I think.
Okay.
I think
I would just
I
ragdoll.
think yeah. As a cis man, one of like a true power that I hold to
Yes.
out crazy someone in a stressful social situation
Your power.
is
Your
to
true
whip
power.
my dick out. And I think if someone says like I'm gonna kill you and I whipped my dick out, they would pause for a second. I think they would stop and go like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then they'd be like, I don't want to touch this guy's dick. Like I could either like get the, escape or get the better of them with the one true power.
That's
Releasing
a
my dick
risky
from
game.
my hands.
Because
Truly.
you're
Because
risking
they could go
them
right
also-
for it. They could,
They could go right for it or be like, are
Shoot
you
it.
like they could like think that you're trying to come on to them
Yeah.
or like kiss them, and then they would probably definitely kill you.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
this is the modern homophobia that I was referring to. I miss the old kind.
Yeah. The simpler kind.
This is the sort of the modern homophobia is maybe you would get hit for that instead of them being like, whoa, yay.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
I know. There's only one way to find out. Someone come try to kill me. And,
I do think-
we'll put this to the test.
I do want to try kicking someone in the nuts in like a scary situation. Like I do want to see if I could do that one. Of like I could if I just get him in the nuts, then I can.
Like the Sandra Bullock miscongeniality.
Yeah.
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 Instep.
Yeah, exactly.
Groin.
Yep. Yeah.
That would be good.
I think I want that one.
What if I pulled my titty out?
I think
Like if someone was like,
I-
I'm gonna kill you, and I just pulled my titty out.
I think they would be excited. I don't know. Like
You think they'd be what?
excited.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I would just scheme away, like get away.
No.
Oh,
No,
like,
I think
would
that's like the
get
beginning of every
harassed.
horror movie, and like then
Yeah.
you turn to the camera as you're being stabbed, like and like I think unfortunately
that-
you would die with your titty out.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's
think for most people who'd be trying to kill you, men. I would say most of the people who would be trying to kill you are men. Like that is sort of like also an angle that they're going for. But I've also just been watching a lot of SVU.
Ugh,
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, I don't think that would help. I also don't think it would help for me to show my lack of boobs. I think they'd be like, freak. And then it would make it worse.
they'd be like, oh, cool tattoo.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe I could.
You know what I would
sick.
do?
Oh, where'd you get that ink?
Yeah.
I would treat them like they were having a psychotic break and they were my like honey. I'd be like, baby, come back to me. You don't recognize me? Honey, please.
Do you recognize these? Yeah.
It's the last time
No, that's
you'll
a good.
see
That's a good
these.
play.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I missed my shot to use my like feminine wiles to be like, ooh, like I could like seduce you out of this, you know?
Yeah.
I missed that. Yeah, I missed that era.
Maybe
Sad
you'll
no one
be
tried to
lucky
kill
enough
you
to
in
be
your-
targeted.
What?
Sad no one tried to kill you in those days. You could have.
They did,
Yeah,
but
it's so
your
sad.
feminine
No, people-
wiles.
People tried to kill me a few times when I was a girl, but I didn't get to do any cool tricks, unfortunately.
You didn't get to do any like Jessica Rabbit material.
No. I didn't get to do any bits. I didn't get
Sad-
to do any
sad
tomfoolery. Yeah, I know. Every time I was almost killed as a girl, it was lame. It was not cinematic.
Damn.
It's not like the movies, guys. Yep.
I feel like as a boy, I was attacked by other men a couple times, but not for trying to be. They weren't trying to kill me.
Oh, okay.
They were just trying to prove a point.
Oh.
Yeah, but I didn't have wiles yet, so I just let it happen. Should we end there or?
Yeah, I felt
I
like
mean,
it was
perfect
getting to
grace note to
Yeah.
end up on.
TV's Kevin, have you ever been got a hit out for you? Have you ever?
Not to my knowledge.
Been
If
in-
I have a hit out
have you
for
been
me,
in a
they're
fight?
really bad at their job.
Have you been in a fight? Yeah, you're kind of easy to find.
Yeah. Thank you.
Have you ever
Yeah,
been
I
in
know.
a
I
physical?
keep giving out my personal address on the show.
Yeah. But have you been in a physical altercation?
Have I been in a physical altercation? Not since I was a youth. There was a day at recess where I was randomly attacked by another student that I did not know. They like pinned
Yeah,
me to
me
the
too.
ground, and they were hitting on me. Bam, bam, bam. But I was
Yeah.
like such a goody two shoes little kid. They were like, "Okay, we know you didn't start this. Like, what's going on?" And I'm like, "I for real don't know." You know, I'm like a 7-year-old being like, "I don't know this kid. I don't know who he is or why he had beef with me."
Yeah, I was like 8 when someone at Foursquare like punched me in the head for no reason. And I think I
Foursquare?
blacked out. Yeah. I think they thought that like the ball went like out of bounds, but I still got the point or something, even though I wasn't arguing for anything. And then yeah, I got hit. And I think I blacked out and then I came to. I was like, that wasn't cool.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's sad.
I backhanded someone though when they called me a faggot during Day of Silence in 9th grade. And then
Nice.
yeah, and then yeah.
That's so much cooler than a slap.
I know. That's like I think the only time I've like thrown hands was when I was an ally to the gay people and was doing Day of Silence. Because I was like, I love Rent. Gay people matter. And he called me a faggot because he knew I couldn't talk. And so I backhanded him. And then, yeah. And he the rest of high school, like, avoided me. And then during grad party season, I was like, he came up to me once and he was like, why didn't we ever connect? And I was like, you know why? And he was like, yeah, you're right. Yeah. And he like backed down again.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good
Yeah.
point. Good point.
And then he was kind of my bitch. Yeah. It was awesome.
You should get people
That's
to call
beautiful.
you a faggot more often.
I try now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do try.
Yeah. I'm like, give it here. Say it. I want you to say it to my face.
I miss Denzel Washington. When was the last time I saw Denzel Washington?
Yeah, what was the last movie he was starring in?
Oh, I saw him just a few months ago in Highest to Lowest, the new Spike Lee joint. And you know what? I had a great time.
Oh.
But he's big time slowed down. I mean, since the pandemic, he's done like 5 movies. I missed Gladiator 2. I haven't yet equalized anyone or been equalized myself. So yeah, I guess since the tragedy of Macbeth, it had been like 4 years since I had seen Denzel Washington. I don't know. I just love the guy. One of our most amazing classic movie stars.
He's like in his 70s now, right?
Yeah, he
must
was
be,
born in the 1950s. So yeah, he's going to be about 70 years old, and he's still kicking. He's still, charismatic, and you turn the camera on him and he's still electric, but it's a different speed than the Denzel of like the early 90s.
Yeah. I mean, he probably doesn't need as many long set days on random projects as he did before,
No.
He really, his speed fluctuated. Like, he didn't need to do much. He just needed to flash that grin
Yeah.
and say a couple words, and you're like, damn, am I on heroin?
I'm sorry. He's kind of he is on fire at the point where he made the Pelican Brief. Like, he's already won an Academy Award, Best Supporting Actor, and he's already begun his like Spike Lee collaborations with like Mo Better Blues, and the year before this he played Malcolm X in the movie Malcolm X. If you've ever heard of that. He has of course already been in Mississippi Masala, directed by Zoran Mamdani's mother, Mira Nair.
Whoa. Forgot about that.
So he is he's just he's on fire. He's in Much Ado About Nothing this same year, where he's really, really hot. He doesn't have a lot to do, but he's so hot in that movie, full of hot people. I don't know. We're not making him like Denzel anymore. Hate to say it. This year he's in another legal thriller. I guess not as much of a thriller, but a legal drama, Philadelphia, with Tom Hanks, a movie that I have yet to see. I would be really, really curious how that movie has aged. We talked about like our relationship to homosexuality in this era. I would be really curious to see how Philadelphia holds up.
What's the plot? Like, why? Is it gay?
When a man with HIV is fired from his law firm because of his condition, he hires a homophobic small-time lawyer as the only willing advocate for the wrongful dismissal suit. Tom Hanks plays the gay man who is fired for having HIV. Tom Hanks is, of course, in a relationship with Antonio Banderas in this film.
Fuck yes.
And Denzel Washington is the homophobic lawyer. So I feel like it has to be good. It's Jonathan Demme, an amazing director. I just would be very, very curious to see how it's aged.
That was one of the movies the teacher wheeled out for us
that
to
was
watch.
that was a wheelie cart movie for you. No,
That
not in
was a
small
wheelie
town Warrenton,
cart.
Missouri, unfortunately.
Not for you. That's too bad. You should definitely watch it, though. It's very, very devastating, but I think
Absolutely.
a part of our cultural zeitgeist that needs to be explored.
Excellent. Well, it's streaming right now on Pluto TV with ads. So, everyone go home and fire up Philadelphia real quick.
Nothing like watching a sick man dying of AIDS and then seeing a commercial for laundry detergent.
I was about to say
Come up right at
thousands
the
of ads
tearjerker.
for laundry detergent. It's
Or
always
plaque
laundry
psoriasis
detergent.
medication. I've been getting a lot of that. I've been getting a lot of plaque psoriasis medication ads.
Do you think that's purposely targeted towards you?
Hopefully not.
There's this one ad I'm getting bombarded with on ad sites where it's like the music goes, yeah, real
Yep.
love.
You love.
I've
It's the
been
plaque
searching
psoriasis one.
for that
Yep.
real love.
Yeah. That's the plaque psoriasis
Really
one.
getting hit big time with that one recently.
Yeah. That's same.
Wow.
It's on my Peacock.
They gotta start choosing some depressing music for those medications. I think that would actually get me to take them if I need them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I am feeling this way.
Piano cover
I
in
just,
Mad
like-
World.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah. Hallelujah. Bring back Sarah
Mournful
McLachlan's
hallelujah. Yes.
In the Arms of an Angel during the like sad dog shelter ads. Bring that back. But for
Elliott Smith.
yeah.
Yeah, I would take my medication if they started playing like fucking The Smiths at me. Absolutely.
Real love.
But no, it seems
kinda
seems maybe we've said everything we cared to say about the Pelican Brief.
Yeah,
it's a good time with the movies. I wish we got 1,000 of these on screen every year. Michael Clayton is another good legal thriller that doesn't take place in a courtroom. Check out Michael Clayton, Dark Waters, Aaron Brockovich, which one day we'll talk about on this show for sure.
Yeah, we're saving
I
that
love
one.
watching people look at papers, put together
Yeah.
a case.
See, we're gonna be lacking that. That's gonna be a lot of text message, like infograph, like little blurbs, and like the whole like going to a library to like research. That's kind of gone. We're missing
Yeah.
kind of the fun investigative montage that in the past.
And just like, doing like research on your phone is just not as cinematic. It just doesn't hit in the same way as like looking through microfiche, old newspapers. What happened in this town on this day, years ago. It's just not the
Yeah.
same thing at all.
Exactly.
Look at phone. But,
Well,
it's well documented. I don't need anyone in a movie to ever look at their cell phone. I just don't want to see them.
You don't want to see cell phones, period.
I don't want to see texting on screen. I know it's a huge part of like our daily lives, but it's not very cinematic to me. So you can pretend that we're just always like either calling each other or meeting in person. I don't want to read little texts on the screen. That's my opinion.
That's totally fair. Yeah, anytime I have to read something on screen, I read really slowly anyway, so I usually don't catch it.
I agree.
I agree.
I don't need to see it. I don't need to see it. And I always appreciate when I'm watching older movies that people aren't on their iPhones. And I'm like, damn, what a refresh.
I know. I just feel like people
What
get
a
so
time.
caught up in like what is reality that you're forgetting that like you're making a movie or a TV show. So like if you want two characters to talk, they can just talk. They can just talk in person.
Right.
It's more interesting to film. It's more interesting for the audience. It's definitely more interesting for the actors than like being an actor and being told like, okay, do this. Just
you're
look
gonna,
at the screen
okay.
and tap.
You're gonna hate Heated Rivalry because it spans like many, many years with many time jumps where it's just montages and them sort of like barely texting each other and then ghosting each other and then being in a situation. They never talk on the phone. They are literally just texting. It's really boring.
I don't want to it's a little bit better,
watch
if you're reading like a book in the modern era, but even then I don't want to read like, and then 3 of my friends thumbs up reacted to what I said in the group chat. It's just, that's not interesting to me. I don't want to read that.
It's not interesting in real life either.
No, that's exactly right. That's
I'm like, oh, 3 people gave a thumbs up and 1 person hearted. Oh, I wonder who hearted it. Oh, cool. And then it's like, wow, that was 10 seconds of my life I'll never get back.
A haha react will simply never replace human laughter in my eyes.
Yeah.
Although a capital LOL might.
Okay, see, that one's pretty good. They had to type
No.
that out. They didn't just hold it down.
I need a ha 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 ha, or I know you didn't think it was funny. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, the ha 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 is definitely like, oh, you laughed. But like a capital LOL is like, oh, you probably laughed.
Capital LOL is more just like an acknowledgement that that's funny.
What about a lowercase LOOOOOL?
That seems like we're both kind of doing a bit. That seems like something that we're in a rapport if that happens.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like it's all on me.
Yeah.
And we've solved it.
Hell yeah.
Amazing. Seems like, oh, hold on, I'm checking the clock. Looks like it's about at the end of our episode here. So, Galen, thank you for joining us. It was great to have you. Why don't you tell the people where they can find you if you want to be found and anything you got going on?
Thanks for having me, both of you. This was so fun. You can find me, you're welcome to follow me on Instagram. There's not a lot going on there. I'm at Geis Cubes.
Can you spell it?
Yeah, it's GEISS_cubes. It's a nod to a 30 Rock thing. And
Oh, yes.
yeah, going back old school. I do stand-up sometimes.
Yeah, we open mic.
We open mic here in Los Angeles. So maybe you'll see me around there. I'm a wannabe therapist, so maybe I'll be your therapist one day. We can talk more about the Pelican Brief in session.
Sick.
If you want.
It can be brief or it can take the whole sesh. It's
Yeah.
up to you.
And it could span, like, I could be your therapist for a decade and we could keep talking about that.
Not knowing who killed Stanley Tucci reminded me that I never knew my father, and it
Yeah.
it stirred something in me.
Yeah. Wow. Can I quote you on that for my website?
Yes, please.
As an evaluation, like a client.
Yeah.
A client once
Absolutely.
said to me,
I'm happy to give a pull quote to anybody. Send me your book manuscript. You can put that on the front. I'll review your website, whatever.
oh, incredible. Thank you, TV's Kevin Lanigan, for that. I appreciate that.
You're so welcome.
Yep. And I'm Jessi Kat Scott as usual. I use they them pronouns. You can find me on Gay for PowerPoint number 4. That's Gay for PowerPoint. I don't think I'm in a show on the 19th, so I don't think this will be out by then. And yeah, I'm developing a solo show that I think will be titled Gay for PowerPoint. So I'll keep you posted on that. I don't know when it would be up, probably later in the spring. But follow me on Instagram. I'm not really on it a lot until after the holidays, but I'm there to check DMs and promote things. So hell yeah. And sorry Julia couldn't make it today.
That's my
No,
bad, everybody.
That's okay. She's on the line. We'll get her eventually. We keep having to
we know she
reschedule,
listens.
but maybe we'll get her for the My Best Friend's Wedding commentary. That's a promise to the listeners.
We know she's one of our 7. We're her top podcast.
Absolutely. What do you think Julia Roberts' top podcasts are besides Run the Julias? She listened to The Daily.
I would hope she listens to Las Culturistas and maybe Amy Poehler's podcast. I like that podcast. Has some good guests.
I bet she listens to Julia Dreyfus's podcast.
Yeah.
She talks to old ladies.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And probably Allison Williams group chat podcast.
And I'm whatever I am.
Whatever I am. That's a good
You
button.
might know me for my job as an actress.
And I'm whatever I am.
And I'm TV's Kevin Lanigan. You can find me by that name on any site. Hogs to Slop is the other show. And my group chat is crazy.
Thumbs up.
Building intrigue.
Heart react.
Absolutely. So we'll see you next time on New Year's Eve for the My Best Friend's Wedding, Part 3. And Julia Roberts will be there, that's a promise. So until next time, don't ever start a car, because there might be a car bomb in there. You don't know.
Don't drive drunk. Yeah.
And don't drive drunk, because there will be a car bomb if you drive drunk. That's what we learned in this movie.
And also don't trust Stanley Tucci if he has a pillow under his shirt, pretending to be bigger than he really is.
Pretending to be the guy from Ghostbusters, yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, the guy from Ghostbusters was the other guy. This was the dad from Home Alone. He was pretending to be the dad from Home Alone.
Yes.
When he put the pillow under his shirt.
God, that's where I know him from.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Lies, you're telling me that you'll be true. Lies, that's all I ever hear from you. Tears, I shed a million tears for you. Tears, and now you're loving someone new. Someday like you, but sweeter.
Please tell your friends about this show.
That was quite a show. Very entertaining. I want to live!
This has been a Talkback Podcast.